Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of my Disney Princess Challenge in The Sims 4. So today I am pretty excited because we're going to get back into the storyline, and the first thing that we need to do is we actually need to get Belle to go ahead and visit Gaston, who, as we know, is actually her boyfriend. So Belle is feeling closer from happy memories to Gaston, and she is also feeling smitten with Gaston, but it doesn't look like Gaston has any sentiments towards her, which is very interesting. But just quickly before we do get into the actual episode, I do want to go ahead and do today's shout out. So today's shout out goes to Sophie Stahl, who has said on the very last Disney Princess episode, "I love your Disney Princess challenge, amazing video. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you love the challenge. I hope that you're looking forward to the upcoming videos as well. And you guys, if you would like a chance to be in one of my shout outs, just go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I picked these comments at random." So now without further ado, let's just get back on to today's video. So what I wanted to do was have Belle actually go ahead and travel. We're going to click on Gaston as well, just to make sure that he's actually home. And what we'll actually do is we'll go to his house. I've actually just gone ahead and changed up the lighting a little bit. I just turned on my ceiling light because I realized that it wasn't on just before. I hope it doesn't make anything worse or anything like that. And I just moved my webcam just a slight little bit. I hope that doesn't bother anybody, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we are at Gaston's house now, and I would have actually moved all of these lots to Henford-on-Bagley, but Tommy Lynn hasn't actually updated, or she hasn't put any of the reconstructed lots in up onto the gallery just yet, so that's why we're still in Willow Creek. That's all right for now. I also had to age up one of the Bimbets because two of them had aged up to a young adult, but the third one had not. Also had to age up Gaston. So the reason why I did age up Gaston is because, first and foremost, Belle and Rapunzel are not actually aware at this point in time that Eugene has been held captive, or rather is being held captive at the Beast's mansion castle. Philippe hasn't actually come back yet. Obviously he is actually at home, but we are just pretending that he's not home yet. So because Belle has become a young adult, she's actually decided, you know what, I'm not really feeling like I really want to be in a relationship right this very minute. So unfortunately, I am just going to have to ask you if we could just break up. I really wish that the breakup option was not in the mean category, but you know what? It's got to be done. I don't want to ask him to just be friends because I kind of need him to be a little bit angry with us, because this is actually the moment. Oh my gosh, he's upset. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh, whoa, wrong button. But yeah, I actually need him to kind of feel really hurt, and I need him to kind of be in the headset that like, well, if I can't have you, nobody can. Why can't I open up his relationship panel thing? Yeah, this thing here. So, oh my goodness, he feels deeply wounded. Oh, my whole heart. But I mean, that's what we needed to happen anyway. So now that they've actually broken up, we actually need Belle to stop doing push-ups and get her little buttocks back home. So we shall cut back once she's actually home. As long as the game doesn't break, let's just cross our fingers and toes here. We all know how bad my game's been recently. Thankfully, the game did not break. So we're actually going to wait until the morning to say that Philippe has come back, because, you know, it probably took a little bit of time for him to actually find his way back home. We do have some eggs ready to collect. Okie dokie. Ooh, we also should probably take care of the garden just a little bit. So let's go ahead and, oh wait, don't even click on that. Just tend garden, and then hopefully she'll actually go around and take care of everything. Oh, I should also probably throw out that birthday cake because we don't want everybody just eating cake 24/7. Where is Maurice? Because hello, seriously game? Seriously? Oh my gosh, also when I was editing the last episode, I realized that I was calling Philippe Maurice a lot, and I had to kind of cut a bunch of that out. And I think I actually did a little like annotation, like, oh, I can't even remember now. I edited that video like a week ago. I haven't been really feeling like playing The Sims 4 because I've been really into playing Animal Crossing again, because there's a massive update that's going to be released on like November 4th, I think it is. Okay, actually it's November 5th in Australia. But today I just felt like playing some Sims, so that's why we're doing the Disney Princess Challenge. So after you've actually done that, my lovey, it's only a Tuesday, so we can actually have you do your homework, get rid of your child what's it called, homework. You can work on one of those if you wanted to. But realistically, let's just have you come outside, take a cold shower. I don't know why you're feeling floaty. That's interesting. Oh, because he watched a romantic comedy. Well, all right. Honestly, watching romantic comedies don't make me feel floaty, but all right then, bud. If that's how you're gonna be, then that's how you're gonna be. Again, Philippe, sorry, he's not here. Okay, he's not here. Ignore it. Just ignore it. So, Belle, my lovey, you're actually hungry. So how about you come over here and seriously, game, can you actually just like work for once in your life? Look at this. Wow, that was so dumb. I had pressed pause and yet Rapunzel still walked through the door. Like literally, what is going on? I'm about to lose it. Go ahead and eat some leftovers, my honey. Wait, no, what the heck? You're not gonna eat cheese. Seriously? You're not gonna eat cheese and you are not gonna cook scrambled eggs and bacon. It's 8:20 at night. What you can do if you're going to do anything is, how about you actually cook something worth cooking? Okay, wow, we don't have anything. Ooh, boy, omelets, no. Sure, let's make a pumpkin stew. I didn't even know that that was a thing, but go ahead and make a pumpkin stew. Hello, play. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a hard day. This is going to be a hard day, my friends. And of course, the stove broke and Eugene is not here to fix it. That sucks. That's okay. We can just get Rapunzel to go ahead and try to repair that. Now, I don't know why you keep going on the computer. What you need to do is grab a serving. I'm going to have to make everybody tired so that we can actually speed through till the morning as well. So now that it's morning, everybody is waking up because the rooster just cock-a-doodle-dooed, and everybody is actually going to come outside and realize that Philippe is actually out here and Eugene is nowhere to be seen. That kind of rhymed. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. Alrighty, so everybody's come outside and they've realized, like, holy moly, what is Philippe doing back here? Where's Eugene? I don't understand. Where is he? Where do he be? And then Philippe has obviously had to look up at his family and somehow let them know that something's happened and Eugene actually didn't come back home with him. So clearly, I mean, I don't know how to explain this. Like, they've obviously the dog doesn't talk, right? So the dog is like, you know, in a kind of like manic state, and that's obviously made Rapunzel think like, oh, okay, something's wrong, something's happened. And because Maurice is only a teenager, like he's only just aged up into a teenager, Rapunzel is going to have to stay home with him to take care of him, make sure he goes to school and all that kind of good stuff. So instead, I'm just going to cheat her fun. It doesn't really matter. We need all of her stats to be good right now. So Belle, instead, because she's now a young adult, she's offered to actually go out and find her father on her own. And Rapunzel has decided to say, okay, that's perfectly fine. You go out and you go and you find your father. And I was initially going to take Philippe with us so that he could actually like show us the way. But instead, because I keep having issues with traveling with this particular save file, I'm just going to say that Philippe is with us. And until... No, I don't know where I was going with that. So we're just going to have Belle just go ahead and travel alone, and we're going to go and find Eugene. Now, we're just going to say that she knew the kind of general direction that Eugene was going in based on the soil that she found on Philippe's paws. That makes sense, right? Let's hope it makes sense. So she's indeed going to go to Windenburg, and that is actually where she's going to eventually find her dad at the Beast's castle. As you can see, he's right there in the little household down there. So we're at the castle now, and Eugene's not in his little dungeon, so I'm just gonna have to go and fix that. I mean, okay, I'm not actually going to be able to yet, but what I can do is go down into the dungeon and pop the little thingamabobber, the Sims teleporter thing, so that we can actually pop him down there once we've knocked on the door and they've allowed us into the castle. So if you want to load, there we go. So that's fine. That's all we needed to do for now. Also, we should not have... What the heck? Once... that's weird. So we shouldn't actually be able to see inside the castle, sorry, just yet, because we haven't knocked on the door. But I mean, because we can, what I will do is I'll just go ahead and teleport him in there. So there you go. He's in his little dungeon, and I did kind of change things up a little bit. He has a bed, some creepy mannequins, a toilet with a sink on top, and some toilet paper, and a fridge at least so he can eat. So there's everything in there to keep him happy besides something to do for fun, because I mean, he's in a dungeon, like, you know, what are you going to do? And I also changed the downstairs of this entire place to have like a little guest suite down here. So this is where Cogsworth, Lumiere, Mrs. Potts, and then also Chip live. So they all just, yeah, they live down here in this little thing down here, and they get to this little space through this little library here, which I also did a bunch of editing on and stuff like that, because I don't know, things just weren't the way that I really wanted them to be. And also I wanted to have this little area be a platform, because I just felt like it was the perfect place to have a little platform there. And I kind of fixed up like the columns and stuff like that, because it just kind of seemed to me like it needed some support, if you know what I mean. Also, isn't there supposed to be another, what's it called, a column like right there? Oh my goodness, hang on, let me go in and fix that, because that don't look quite right, sis. It just does not look quite right. So if we just go ahead and grab another one of these little thingers, pop them right there, and that should theoretically be perfect. I should probably just kind of, yeah, pull it right up to the top of the wall. Okie dokie. So there we go. See how it just looks like, it just makes a little bit more sense. It looks like everything has support where it needs it and all that kind of good stuff. So where Cogsworth and Lumiere, Mrs. Potts, Chips? Oh my goodness, no, just one Chip. The way they all get to their bedroom is just through this little skinny corridor down there. And I mean, their bedrooms, I mean, they're sweet. You know what I mean? So this little area down here. And then obviously over here, so instead of having that staircase that I had there last episode, I've actually just changed it to be this little hidden ladder down here. And I know that it's accessible because even though I didn't playtest it, I just have decided that I know that it's workable. I don't know. I don't know. Don't judge me. I think I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Does it really matter? And then I don't think that I really did too much playing with the rest of the builds in terms of anything else. I'm fairly certain that I made this bed be, yeah, so that's definitely Beast's bed. And yeah, I actually think that is pretty much all of the changes that I actually did eventually end up making. So if we just go back into live mode now and actually make that seem like we have not been inside the castle already, let's actually just go up to the front door over here, the front door, and knock and say hello and just be like, hey, you know, I'm looking for my dad. I know he kind of came in this sort of general area. Another thing to note is that I wasn't actually able to block off the pool sections over there. I don't know what it is, but you can't actually bring the fence any further from here. Like, I just don't know what it is. I don't know why we couldn't do that. Who is in the pool now? Is that the Beast? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Beast is actually in the pool right now when we don't really want him to be. Okay, so we've been let in, so that actually means let's go ahead and whoopsie-doopsie put the walls down. And she's going to talk to Mrs. Potts and just kind of be like, you know, my dad, you know, he's kind of around this area. My dog came home in a fright. Oh my gosh, wait, just really quickly. I also messed with the front of the castle. So the front of the castle was just like this flat sort of, I can't remember how it was, but I made it sort of match the top balcony here and put these really tall columns in there. And I thought that kind of looked just like a little bit more grand for the entrance. Yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of playing around. I love castle builds and I love kind of playing around with them and stuff like that. So I hope that looks okay for you guys as well, because I thought it looked really cool. But also it just means that these columns are going to be like massive and in our faces. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So she's going to go have a little bit of a conversation with Mrs. Potts, who just broke her arm just now. But okay then. The only thing I didn't do was I didn't do the rose garden, which I said that I was going to do, but that will come at another time. So we're just asking Mrs. Potts now, like, hey, have you seen my dad? I need to know where he is. He didn't come home. My mum and I, you know, we're really worried. I just need the Beast to be back in his Beast form because otherwise it ruins the illusion. And Mrs. Potts is like, actually, you know, there's somebody down in our dungeons who kind of sounds like the person that you're describing. So if you'll just go this way with me, let me just put them into a group. And even though we're using Belle to lead, we can just say that we're following Mrs. Potts. Also, there's no reason why I'm making it be Mrs. Potts that's leading the way. It is just that she just so happened to be the first person to come out. I mean, she was the first person that was out in the front of the yard. So how do we actually get back that way? Okay, so we're going to have to go here together. So let's just go ahead and do that. Just because I don't really know the way around the castle just yet. So I have to kind of make it up as we go. Or rather, figure it out along the way. So we're going this way through the castle now, through the beautiful, beautiful castle. Lumiere, sweetie, you really should be in your proper outfit. Beast, you should be elsewhere because you should not know the way here just yet. So Lumiere, my darling, I don't know what you're doing, but can I please just pop you back into your regular outfit? Also, I did put that Woohoo Wellness mod into my game. That could be the reason why the game is lagging on this particular day, but I was kind of hoping that that wouldn't actually make a difference. I mean, like, we had lag before that anyways, so there's also that. So now we're just going to have to actually go through this kitchen here to get to the next segment of the castle. I mean, we could have gone through the dining room. Either way works just fine. So we're going to go through here, a little breakfast nook there, super cute. And Mrs. Potts is actually going to now show us that they do in fact have a little dungeon, and we're going to climb down the dungeon. Climb down the dungeon? Oh my gosh, I mean climb down the ladder. What am I even trying to say here? Mrs. Potts, what are you doing? Okay, we're actually going to have to get Mrs. Potts to come down the ladder as well. And now is the time that we've actually seen our dad. Like, oh my goodness, can't believe you're down there. This is crazy. What are you doing? Mrs. Potts, honey, I need you to come down here as well, if you don't mind. Pretty, pretty, please. There we go. She's coming down now. Okie dokie. So Mrs. Potts is like, so is this your father? And Belle's like, yeah, that's my father. What the heck happened? I don't understand. What's going on? And Mrs. Potts has had to explain to Belle, like, look, your father tried to take a rose from out of our garden. And then Belle was like, oh my gosh, the rose. I asked my dad to get me a rose. You know, this is all my fault. So Mrs. Potts has gone, oh, okay, well, maybe I should go back up this ladder and I'll go and get the beast and we'll see if we can actually talk this out and figure out a situation. So Mrs. Potts went upstairs and she went ahead and she got the attention of the beast. So let's just actually quickly put the beast down here and then also bring Mrs. Potts back down here. It's just easier for me to use the Sims teleporters rather than trying to actually get them to come down here like from other ways or like in-game ways or anything like that. So that's why I've done that. And Belle has now decided to turn around and speak to the beast and be like, hey, you know, my dad was just trying to get a rose for me. I was the one that asked him to actually come down. Wow. To actually go out and find me the perfect rose, and your garden must have just had the most perfect rose ever. Oh, okay, Mrs. Potts is going to go back upstairs. That's fine, though. And so anyway, I'd really like if you just let my dad go. And the beast is like, well, absolutely not, young lady. Your father is a thief and a scoundrel. He is not leaving this castle. I don't care what you say. And so Belle has actually decided, like, oh, okay, well, what if I actually take his place? And the beast is like, well, why would you do that? Why would you do that for your father? And she's like, well, I love my father. There's no way that I wouldn't take his place. And the beast is like, you love him that much. You love him so much that you would actually do that for your father. And Belle's like, yep, absolutely, 150% I would do that. So I'm like so irritated right now because everybody keeps trying to go back up the stupid ladders. So just quickly, I did place a couple of teleporters down here, but I thought that the beast would stay down here as well. So let's just actually go ahead and pop another one down here. Move this one to actually over here and go back into live mode because my golly gracious, Belle has actually obviously now volunteered for herself to be put into the cage, into the dungeon. And so that actually means that Eugene is going to be free and the beast is going to let him go on his merry way. Obviously, Eugene is protesting. He's like, no, I don't want my daughter to be in there. What are you doing? This is crazy. I hate it. And the beast is like to Eugene, you know what, bud? I actually need you to just leave, go home, never come back. your daughter is now mine and she's going to be my prisoner forever. Don't even think that you're going to be able to talk your way out of this. So I'm just going to really quickly add Eugene back to our family so that I can control him once again. And then I will have to actually go to Manage Worlds and put Belle into the Beast's household. But I am saving first and foremost so that we don't lose any of our damn progress. Okay, so if we just really quickly add Belle into the Beast's castle. Actually, I have a feeling I need to go back into her creator sim and re-add her skin or something. I feel like she looks a little bit strange at the moment. That's okay, not to worry. So now Belle has officially been moved into the Beast's castle. So I am going to have to make sure that she stays down in that little dungeon. But for right now, we are actually going to go ahead and go back to the... Oh, sorry, what am I saying? We're going to go back to Eugene. And while he's still at the Beast Castle, hopefully we can sort out our situation from there. I do also have my fan on today, so if you see my hair kind of blowing around the place, that's just because it's really hot today and I need the fan. Okie dokie, we're back at the castle and thankfully nothing has gone haywire. Excuse me, I said pause. Like, come on, what are you doing? So are we actually able to... Hello? Wait, where are you, sweetie? What are you doing? Are you like actually outside? Oh my gosh, what on earth? I can't actually even like access them. Oh my golly gracious. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to go back and try to get back in there. Don't know what's with that, but can we knock on the door? Are you kidding me? What the heck? What the heck? So from down here, let's just go ahead and put him back down here. From this point, oh, whoa, hang on a minute. I didn't even put Belle back here. I mean, I don't even know where she went in the first place, but technically she shouldn't be able to get out of there. Oh, but we didn't actually technically lock that door, did we? That's okay, because we can do that later. So at this point, Eugene's like, well, what am I supposed to do? The only thing I can do is go back to the town and hopefully we can actually get somebody, or rather a bunch of people, to come back and help us get Belle out of this situation. So Eugene actually doesn't know that Belle and Gaston broke up earlier, or actually rather like 24 hours ago, because he's been locked up himself and hasn't actually had contact with Belle. And, you know, the first thing that she's going to say to her dad is not going to be, hey, I broke up with my boyfriend. So he just obviously does not know whatsoever. So what he's going to do is he's actually going to run back to Willow Creek and he's going to go into Gastons Tavern and beg him for some help along with some of the other townspeople. So what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to go ahead and travel to Gastons Tavern. I was kind of hoping that Gaston will show up in here, but that's okay. We can make him come to us once we're actually there. Game broke. Love that so much. So give me a sec and we shall be back. Okay, so I just closed the game without saving, and once I loaded the game back up, I had to re-put Belle back into the household with Beast and all of them at the castle. And then what I did was I loaded up into the home lot, like Rapunzel's house, or rather Belle's cottage, but I loaded up into playing as Rapunzel, and then had Eugene come back to that house, and then I had him travel from their home lot to Gastons Tavern, and now we're here. So just really quickly, I'm gonna save as, because if I don't save as, we might actually lose more progress, and that's not what we're aiming for here today. We would like to actually have all of our progress and eat our cake too. So we're at Gastons Tavern now, so let me just really quickly actually pop Gaston into the tavern itself. Sim teleporter, pretty please, let's get going. And there we go. He can just be placed right there, and I kind of hope that the tavern fills up with a few more people between now and when things actually need to get going. Hello, can you please load? Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna have to actually summon him. Alrighty. Okay, I had to scroll through basically every single sim in the entire world to actually find him in the summon category because I couldn't think of what his last name was. It is Legume. I don't know who came up with that last name, but it wasn't me. It was probably from the sim that I used to create him. So let's actually just go in now and have a chat with Gaston. And what he's actually going to do is he's going to beg like, hey, my daughter has been captured by a horrible, nasty beast and don't know what to do about it. I'm kind of terrified right now. can you please actually help me to go ahead and find her? I mean, not find her, more like free her from the beast's grip. Pretty please. I asked him to say hello to him and he just completely ignored me, so that was a bit rude. But yeah, so he's like, please help me find my daughter. I know that you're her boyfriend. And Gaston's like, her boyfriend? I mean, I don't know what she told you, but she ain't my girlfriend, buddy. She broke my heart. She left me feeling like trash. So I ain't gonna help you. And I think you're crazy. A beast? There's no such thing. I don't know what you're on, but there is obviously something wrong with your head. So if you think I'm gonna help you, you are actually crazy. However, Gaston actually wants Belle back, so he's thinking that if he locks Eugene up in jail, he'll actually be able to kind of bribe or like blackmail Belle into getting back with him and marrying him, and then in exchange he will set her father free. So Gaston's actually gathered the help of these random people in the pub, and he's actually decided to go ahead and have Eugene locked up. Now, I don't know how we're going to do that, but I suppose maybe he puts him on isolation, like he has to actually isolate in his house and he's not allowed to leave his house. Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe we bring a little bit of real life into the situation, although he's not infected with some virus or some crap, like, I don't know. Maybe that'll make sense. I think I just found the perfect poses. So Gaston is obviously yelling at Eugene like, no, you're crazy. I'm not going to help you. You're stupid. Like, there's no such thing as beasts. Like, there's no way, yada, yada, yada. And we're actually going to lock you up in prison. And Eugene is obviously shocked. And so I'll just show you Gaston's face. And this is what he is looking like right now. He's like, you're just crazy old Eugene. Crazy old Eugene Fitzherbert. Like, you know, you just need to be locked up in a psychiatric ward. Oh my gosh, I cannot even speak today. So actually, I am in fact going to go ahead and end the episode off here at this point in time. I'm going to make sure that I haven't lost any progress again. And obviously, you know, we're going to save and all that kind of good stuff. So I hope you guys were able to follow along with the storyline enough in this episode, and I hope that this video is even long enough to kind of warrant making an entire episode out of. If it's not, then I'll obviously go ahead and I'll add to it. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far, and if you haven't subscribed already and would like to do so, I do encourage you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss an upload, and if you enjoyed today's video in particular, go ahead and click the like button, as that really does help me out, and let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see on my channel next. Thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!